All right, gentlemen, let's talk about something real. That feeling when the spark just isn't what it used to be, not just in the bedroom, but that overall energy, that sense of vitality. Maybe you've noticed your hands tingle sometimes, or your legs don't feel quite as strong walking up the stairs. It's frustrating, it can chip away at your confidence, and frankly, it doesn't have to be your new normal. What if I told you that a single spoonful of something you likely already have in your kitchen, taken each morning, could be a powerful key to turning this around? We're talking about waking up your circulation, especially down there, leading to stronger blood flow, more reliable energy, and yes, a return of that confident feeling naturally. No prescriptions, no complicated procedures, no uncomfortable conversations unless you want to have them. Just one simple spoon each day. The science behind this is solid, often showing better results for intimate circulation than many expensive alternatives men try. I'm Dr. Katherine Rotker. For over 20 years, my entire practice has focused on the health and well-being of men over 60. I've sat with thousands of you, heard your concerns about fading energy and performance, and helped guide many back to feeling unexpectedly vibrant using approaches that are often simpler than you'd think. Now, this isn't about pushing another pill or some exotic supplement you have to hunt down. It's about a completely natural, accessible ingredient. But here's the critical part. How you take it makes all the difference. Get that right. And it works from the inside out, helping you feel more alive, more like yourself again. And because I want you to get the absolute maximum benefit, I'll also share a quick morning twist, something you can easily add to your routine starting tomorrow. This simple step can potentially multiply the positive effects of that single spoonful, helping you feel noticeable improvements sooner. If finding doctor-backed, natural solutions specifically for men over 60 matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We cover what really works. Let me know down below, does the idea of a simple, natural boost to your circulation and energy resonate? Type 1 for yes. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create content that truly serves you. Now, to understand why this single spoon works so well, we need to start with what's happening inside your body after 60. Let's start by being clear about something you might not have heard from a doctor before. Changes in performance and sensation down there after 60 are not simply your body throwing in the towel. In most cases, they stem from a very real, very fixable circulation problem. And once you address blood flow, you open the door to improvement without immediately turning to medication or surgery. Not long ago, a gentleman in his early 70s came into my clinic. He was healthy on the surface, still enjoying hobbies, and even helping out part-time at a workshop. But he sat across from me, shoulders slightly hunched, and admitted something had been bothering him for years. 10 or 15 years ago, he could count on his body responding when intimacy called for it. He had energy, morning vitality, and the confidence that comes with reliability. Now, it took much longer to feel ready, and sometimes things just didn't happen at all. In his case, and in so many others, the difference between then and now wasn't random. In the past, his blood vessels, especially the tiny ones in the pelvic region, were flexible, elastic, and could deliver a surge of blood at the moment it was needed. Today, those vessels had stiffened and narrowed. The lining, called the endothelium, had lost some of its ability to signal, open up when the time came. That decline didn't happen overnight. Years of subtle wear from inflammation, inconsistent nutrition, reduced activity, and even hidden medical conditions gradually reduced the vessel's responsiveness. Poor circulation in this part of the body is a physiological process, specific, measurable, and very often reversible. At the root is endothelial dysfunction. The endothelium is a thin, active layer inside every blood vessel, acting almost like a conductor telling the muscles around the vessel when to tighten or relax. In a healthy state, it releases nitric oxide to trigger that relaxation and increase blood flow. Over time, oxidative stress, sugar imbalances, and low-grade inflammation damage this lining, making it sluggish. The smallest vessels, especially those in the penis, are the most vulnerable because they have the narrowest channels and the highest demand for rapid dilation. Think of the endothelium like a set of automatic sliding doors at a supermarket. When the sensor works perfectly, the doors open wide the second you approach. If the sensor becomes dull or the tracks gum up, the doors open halfway or hesitate, slowing you down. In your body, that hesitation means less blood arriving when you need it most, and the effect doesn't stop at sexual performance. When circulation weakens, every system that relies on steady blood flow feels the consequences. Energy levels dip, recovery from exercise slows, even brain function can feel less sharp. Muscle strength, balance, and mood all have a vascular component. This is why I tell my patients that restoring pelvic circulation isn't just about intimacy, but also safeguarding vitality and independence. Blood vessels can regenerate function. The endothelium can become more responsive, nitric oxide production can improve, and new capillaries can even form. You have far more influence over your circulation than you've been led to believe, and you don't have to start with anything extreme. I know it's natural to feel skeptical at this point. In my clinic, I've watched men cross their arms when I suggest something as unassuming as a daily dietary addition. They try it anyway, often just to humor me, and within weeks they return with a quiet smile and a different posture. They've felt the change for themselves, and their partners have noticed too. So, let's talk about this often overlooked natural step that can start the process of restoring your blood flow, and along with it, rebuild the confidence that's been missing. That overlooked solution is curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Not the sprinkle from your spice rack that's been gathering dust for years, but a high-quality, concentrated turmeric extract standardized for curcuminoid content, and ideally paired with piperine from black pepper to enhance absorption. I'm talking about a form potent enough to deliver a measurable physiological effect. What you want is a product with clear labeling of curcumin content, preferably in the range supported by clinical research, free from fillers and artificial dyes. What you don't want is the cheapest bulk turmeric powder masquerading as medicinal or products with unclear sourcing and no absorption enhancers. Curcumin reduces oxidative stress, calms low-grade inflammation, and directly supports endothelial function by enhancing nitric oxide availability. This means your blood vessels regain more of their natural flexibility and responsiveness, particularly in areas where even slight improvement in flow can lead to significant functional changes. I've witnessed it firsthand in men who were ready to give up. They started skeptical, sometimes rolling their eyes when I suggested just 1 spoon each morning. Then they returned a few weeks later with better energy, more consistent morning vitality, steadier blood pressure readings, and a noticeable change in their confidence. The gains show up in ways you can feel and measure. In the short term, circulation improves, energy stabilizes, and responsiveness returns during intimate moments. Psychologically, that renewed sense of reliability reduces anxiety and restores connection with a partner. On a broader level, you're taking a step that benefits your entire vascular network from your brain to your toes, because improved endothelial health is never isolated to one area. With the right quality curcumin taken consistently, you could start noticing improvements in as little as a few weeks. And when those early wins build on each other, the long-term impact can be profound, which leads us to the big question. How should you take it each morning to unlock its full potential and enjoy every single day? More than once, I've seen a man's whole expression change mid-consultation. He'll start with a furrowed brow, arms folded. Then as I explain how a simple dietary step can unlock better blood flow and vitality, his eyes widen. Often the next words out of his mouth are, "Why didn't anyone tell me this before?" That shift from doubt to curiosity is where real change begins. The truth is, we rarely give diet the credit it deserves when it comes to supporting the systems that matter most for performance, energy, and confidence. Yet, curcumin works at the very foundation of male vitality, the health and responsiveness of your blood vessels. At the heart of this is nitric oxide, a tiny molecule your body makes that tells blood vessels when to relax and widen. When nitric oxide levels are robust, blood can surge where and when it's needed, supporting not just intimacy but stamina, recovery, and mental sharpness. The problem for many men is that the lining of the blood vessels, the endothelium, becomes less able to produce and respond to this signal. Curcumin steps in here by calming the inflammation that interferes with nitric oxide release, shielding the endothelium from oxidative stress, and improving the enzymes that make this molecule in the first place. Think of it like restoring clarity to a fogged-up lens, so the light passes through without distortion. The active compounds in turmeric, especially curcuminoids, improve the signal quality between your blood vessels and the cues that tell them to open. The result is smoother, faster, and more complete blood flow into even the smallest vessels. And because blood carries oxygen, hormones, and nutrients, better circulation uplifts the entire system, heart, brain, muscles, and reproductive organs alike. By reducing chronic inflammation, curcumin also indirectly supports testosterone activity, joint comfort, and immune resilience. This is why men who start taking it for performance often find they also have steadier energy through the day, recover more quickly from activity, and feel sharper in their thinking. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to use this simple herb each morning so you can target those benefits where they matter most. Over years of working with men determined to regain their vitality, I've learned that the herb itself is only part of the equation. How you take it can decide whether you feel a real difference or nothing at all. I've seen patients return after a month, disappointed, only to discover they skipped key steps that turn an ingredient into an actual result. The right approach transforms it from a supplement on a shelf into a tool your body can truly use. Start with quality. Curcumin products should be standardized for a high percentage of active curcuminoids and paired with an absorption enhancer, such as piperine from black pepper. If a label omits the curcuminoid content or the presence of an absorption booster, it's not worth your time. This single check spares you months of underwhelming results. Timing matters just as much. Take your 1 spoon in the morning with a meal that contains some healthy fat, such as a few slices of avocado or a drizzle of olive oil, to help your body absorb it fully. This first thing habit not only anchors it in your routine, but also primes your circulation for the day ahead. Stick to the recommended single spoon measure, ideally in paste or concentrated extract form rather than raw powder, which can be harder for the body to utilize. The measured dose avoids the trap of more must be better and keeps your intake in the range that studies and clinical experience actually support. You can boost the effect with small additions. A pinch of black pepper, if it's not already in the product, or pairing it with a morning green tea, can work synergistically to enhance circulation and anti-inflammatory benefits. These little upgrades stack up over time. The real key is consistency. Think of this as a daily health anchor you do without question, the way you brush your teeth. Sporadic use won't give your body the sustained exposure it needs to adjust blood flow, reduce inflammation, and gradually improve function. When you take it the right way, changes often start subtly: warmer hands and feet, a lift in daily energy, easier physical exertion. Then build into more noticeable improvements in performance and overall stamina over the months that follow. You're creating a foundation that strengthens year after year. Gentlemen, like any tool, this one isn't without its limits. That's why, before you start, there are a few crucial things you need to understand so you can use it safely and get the maximum benefit it has to offer. For some men, curcumin can cause digestive upset if taken in excess or on an empty stomach, so it's best to start with food. If you're on blood-thinning medication, have gallbladder disease, or are scheduled for surgery, you'll need a personalized plan and possibly medical clearance before adding it to your regimen. There are also limits to what this ritual can achieve without individualization. If you have complex cardiovascular disease, uncontrolled diabetes, or unexplained weight loss, those issues require broader medical attention even while you work on improving circulation. In some cases, alternative anti-inflammatory foods may be a better starting point until your digestive system, medication plan, or general condition allows for curcumin. Begin with a smaller portion than the full spoon, monitor how you feel over the first week, and gradually increase once you're sure your body is tolerating it well. That way, you build the habit while reducing the risk of unnecessary discomfort. Now, let's talk about introduce a small but often overlooked addition that can work alongside curcumin to enhance circulation gains even further, setting you up for an even stronger return on the effort you're investing each morning. Men who see the most impressive and lasting benefits from this ritual aren't just the ones who take it every morning. They're the ones who pair it with a plant-rich Mediterranean-style diet. This simple addition works far better than the supplement alone because it transforms the way your body responds at every level. The Mediterranean pattern focuses on colorful vegetables, leafy greens, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, garlic, onions, legumes, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, seeds, berries, and oily fish like sardines and salmon. Whole grains such as oats, quinoa, and barley round out the plate, with lean poultry or eggs as occasional options. Committing to this style of eating most days each week and making it the backbone of lunch and dinner builds cumulative impact over weeks and months, without the need for strict meal timing or complex rules. The combination works on multiple fronts. Within hours of a Mediterranean-style meal, blood vessels experience improved flexibility, supporting a more efficient flow of blood to all tissues. The healthy fats in olive oil, nuts, and fish enhance curcumin absorption, so more of its active compounds reach your bloodstream. Nitrate-rich vegetables like leafy greens and beets raise nitric oxide production, widening arteries and adding a second layer of circulation support. Together, diet and curcumin amplify each other's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant actions, helping your cardiovascular system sustain better performance throughout the day. I have seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s make noticeably quicker progress when they adopt this pairing compared to those using curcumin alone. They tend to experience more stable gains, fewer dips in energy, and greater confidence in the reliability of their results. To integrate the habit, start by adding one Mediterranean-inspired meal per day, ideally at lunch when energy demands are high, then build from there. Keep a short list of go-to recipes you enjoy and shop for those ingredients routinely so the choice becomes automatic. Over time, the diet weaves into your daily rhythm, making it effortless to maintain. Beyond supporting circulation, men often report more consistent energy, easier weight control, and sharper mental focus. Psychologically, the sense of agency from following a purposeful, evidence-based routine boosts motivation and self-assurance, while socially it can make shared meals more enjoyable and engaging. This approach not only accelerates the benefits of your morning spoon of curcumin, but also lays down a foundation for a more vibrant, resilient lifestyle. You've just heard why circulation can falter after 60, how a simple daily spoon of high-quality curcumin can help restore it, and exactly how and when to take it for the strongest effect. We've even gone through the twist, pairing it with a plant-rich Mediterranean-style diet, so you can multiply the benefits. This isn't just a tip to file away. It's a blueprint for reclaiming strength in your legs, steadiness in your stride, warmth in your hands and feet, and a return of that quiet confidence in your own body. I've watched men arrive in my clinic worn down by frustration, tired of feeling slow, unsteady, and unsure if anything could really change. Months later, those same men walk back in with a spark in their eyes, their posture straighter, their energy brighter. They speak differently, too, with the self-assurance that comes from knowing their body is working with them again. That spoon you take each morning is not a trivial act. It's a signal to your circulation, to your muscles, and to yourself that you are actively shaping your future. It's a stand against letting stiffness, weakness, or poor blood flow write the next chapter for you. It's proof that you're still the one in charge. So here's where I want you to start. Tomorrow morning, take that 1 spoon of quality curcumin with your breakfast. Choose the best product you can find. Commit to making it a fixture in your day. And if you can, follow it with a few minutes of light exercise to get the blood flowing. Keep going day after day, and let the changes build. By doing this, you're giving your body the tools it needs to repair, to strengthen, and to keep you moving freely. You're also sending yourself a powerful daily reminder that you're still strong, still capable, and still very much alive.